pain, frustration, that heavy weight sitting right on the chest when every single day the world seems to demand more. More ideas, more hustle, more perfection. Yet the inner self feels stuck, hollow, like a machine caught in a loop it never chose. Think about it. The endless meetings that suck your soul dry, the pressure to perform like a robot while inside, sparks of brilliance are screaming to break through. You're surrounded by people chasing comfort, safe bets, old rules, and meanwhile, inside, that fire burns hotter. Yet it's suffocated by noise, doubts, and impossible demands. This isn't just stress, it's a quiet kind of death. Death of potential, of originality, of becoming everything you were meant to be. But here's the brutal truth. The biggest asset you've been ignoring is not your latest business plan, not your product, not even your network. It's you, your personal transformation. That power to rip apart the old you and build a new reality from the ashes. And the world? It doesn't want to see that. It fears it. It's easier for the system to keep you trapped in your roles, your limitations, your place. But every single leader, every visionary who's ever pushed humanity forward knows this deep down. They've faced it head on. Change doesn't come from polishing what you already have. It comes from reinventing yourself in ways that burn through everything safe and comfortable. Now, imagine a version of yourself who is ruthless with their own growth. Not just chasing new skills like a checklist, but breaking chains nobody around you knows exist. Not just tweaking a habit, but shattering the invisible rules that keep you small. What if your biggest investment was the raw, fiery transformation inside? What if that was the true competitive edge everyone is too scared to chase? Because here's the catch. The world is overflowing with tech, with capital, with ideas, but almost empty of transformed individuals. People who've become so radically themselves, so unshakably sovereign, that no system, no politician, no trend can move them. That's the secret weapon you've been handed, but maybe didn't realize it. Stop for a second and think about what's stopping you. Fear? Of what exactly? Of losing control, losing face, falling apart? The irony is, the world demands more conformity even as it crumbles around us. It offers promises of freedom while wrapping our minds in chains of status, roles, expectations. The system is designed to keep potential locked down, to squash that dangerous fire inside. Every brilliant mind that dared to disrupt, that broke the rules, started not by fixing the world outside, but transforming themselves radically inside. It's a revolution, but not with weapons or protests. It's a revolution of becoming. This transformation isn't simple. It's messy. It rips friendships apart, shatters identities, and exposes vulnerabilities that feel unbearable. But it's the only way forward, because no one will save you. No investor, no mentor, no brilliant strategy. Your transformation is the capital that breeds every other form of capital. Want to be a founder who never burns out? Transform your relationship with failure, weakness, doubt until they become fuel, not chains. Want to be an investor who sees what others don't? Transform your mind so it breaks the patterns of normal thinking, so it births visions from chaos. Want to lead teams that don't just follow but innovate and destroy barriers? Transform your own discipline, empathy, and clarity so they become magnetic. Look around. Systems are collapsing because they got lazy. They optimized for the average, the safe, the comfortable. And those systems fail because they forgot this. Extraordinary change only happens when people change so deeply that the world has no choice but to follow. The rare few who burn with a relentless, destructive, creative fire inside. Their transformation is not just personal. It is the lever that moves industries, economies, entire societies. There's nothing natural about this kind of change. This is not growth as a nice goal or New Year's resolution. This is breaking down and rebuilding your core belief about who you are and what you can do. It's unlearning everything you're taught about success, about what's normal. Because the truths you live by, they're often lies dressed in suits. Lies that keep you compliant, small, tame. To transform personally means to question every assumption that never felt right, but you accept it anyway. It means wrestling with your doubts, your dark side, your fears, until they fold into tools you wield instead of walls they create. You will lose a lot: old identities, comfort zones, relationships that can't handle your fire. But the gain? Your life reshaped as a fearless, fundamentally new vision of what it means to be free, to be powerful, not through money or position, but through real autonomy, where your will is the weapon, and your actions build new realities like an unstoppable force of nature. And here's something the world wants to hide: no one becomes this transformed alone. It's lonely, yes. The illusions around us make exceptional people look like outcasts, because the system is afraid of them. But real power jumps when you connect with the few who burn like you. Those who don't settle for conformity, who dare to say no to the noise and yes to becoming something no one saw coming. Your transformation is meaningful when it's aligned with others who fuel that fire, who challenge you, who build with you. Because radical personal transformation without connection is just chaos. With the right people, it becomes unstoppable movement. This isn't about adding more tools or hacks. It's about digging deep, finding the rawest version of your true self beneath years of conditioning, and inviting pain, growing through it, rewriting your story with fierce clarity. The path is uncomfortable, and it's brutal, but it's the only one that leads you to your most powerful self. The one rare asset you bring into any room, any deal, any fight that changes the game forever. Here's how to start. Not quick, not easy, but real. First, refuse to accept the lies about who you are and what's possible. Every limitation you believe is a challenge you haven't transformed yet. Next, get ruthless with your habits, beliefs, self-talk. These aren't minor annoyances. These are the shackles even the strongest don't see. Tear them down. Seek moments that burn you so you remember you're alive. Find your people, the few, the bold, the different, those who fuel your transformation instead of draining it. Create rituals that don't just fend off failure, but invite pain as fuel. Practice patience. Transformation is a marathon, not a sprint. And learn how to sit in uncertainty, darkness, the parts where systems want you scared and small. Above all, own your story so deeply that no external chaos shakes the foundation. Systems will come and go, trends will rise and fall, but a transformed individual is forever. And when enough of us transform, the world doesn't stand a chance to remain the same. This is your capital. Not stocks, not buildings, not fancy titles. It's personal transformation, the deepest, wildest, most valuable asset you can own. It's time to stop trading your life for comfort, for safety, for borrowed roles. Time to become the fire no one can contain, the force that remakes reality itself. Because nothing real, nothing extraordinary, ever starts without it. The system fears you transforming because it knows that once you do, you're gone from the status quo's trap. You become the edge, the outlier, the rule breaker, the creator. To lead, to build, to invest in the future means first to transform yourself beyond every limit the world tries to impose. This is the capital that cannot be taken, controlled, or taxed. The capital that defines true freedom in a world trying to sell you chains. You're not just watching a video. You're standing at the crossroads of ordinary and exceptional. The path forward is not easier. It's harder, deeper, lonelier, more explosive. But it is real power, real freedom, real life. So burn through every comfortable lie, break the mold, find your tribe, and transform until the world around you must reshape itself because you refuse to stay small. This is the most overlooked asset, and once you claim it, there's no turning back. Because transforming yourself is the revolution no one else can fight for you. And in that fire, everything changes.